Redbubble has been making it hard to make money on the platform by charging fees that are pretty high. I'm gonna go ahead and break it all down in this video and tell you what you should do. And you can take a look at my fees, look at everything and just break down everything to help you understand what is going on and what you can possibly do to increase your sales and make even more money. So if you get any value out of this video, make sure you smash that like button. Let's get into it. So I'm logged into the back end of my Redbubble account, and we're gonna go ahead and break down the fees that I'm being charged over here on Redbubble. Now, some of the stuff I'm gonna blur out because it's going to have like some of my private information, but look at this. This is crazy, okay? Account fee date, you're gonna see, so these are the exact, if I click on here, it'll go into the actual payout for the day and break down every single product, but we're just gonna look at this and you can see $47.79, and these are fees that are being taken from the account. And I'm on the standard account too, by the way. And as you're going to see, 87, 47, 132. My biggest takeaway was that 132 right here, which was in January, which is crazy. December, 110, 129, November. But you can see the big increase in the fees. Okay, and then the fees, like if I come over here, you're going to see right here, there's a markup fee and a platform fee that they're charging. And if I come over here to this one, you're going to see the same exact thing. There's a markup fee and there's a platform fee. So when you look at that, you kind of just get a breakdown of all of the fees that they're charging on top of what they're doing. So this cuts in like some of my payouts. Some of them was like, there's one payout that was like an 80% cut into the profits for the month of Redbubble, which is crazy. Now, some of them, he goes like, I want to say it averages anywhere between like 40 to 60% in cut of the profits because of the markup fees. Now, when it comes to something like this, it really doesn't make sense. I feel like the platform, like you want the platform to do good, you want them to, get their share cut because you're leveraging the platform for their audience that they've built, right? And then you get a cut by sharing your designs on the platform. And then when you share your designs, it organically reaches those customers, or if they're running ads. Now it seems like Redbubble's running more and more like promotions with this since they started doing this on the platform, which is really nice. But then in return, we get hit with more fees. So it's starting to not make sense to upload designs, or it's not making sense to upload designs. Let me rephrase that. Over here on the platform, because they're taking more of the pay cuts. And then you're like, were you working really hard, right? You're supposed to make let's say a $10 profit, but instead you're getting paid a $3 or $4 profit because of the markup and the fees. And you can see what I'm talking about there, which is crazy because you're like, dude, how the heck are they taking so much fees? And how does it make sense? If they were taking the fees and you started making more sales because of that, and you started making more money, right? It's kind of like a win-win situation if they do that. So I was hoping that, after a few years of them doing this, or a year and a half, or whatever it is of them doing these fees on the platform, I was hoping that, it would increase the sales drastically because they're leveraging the profits to drive more traffic to the platform, or generate, which in turn you generate more sales. But it seems like from looking at the data and all the information in the sales, it's doing the opposite. Right now, this is nice because Redbubble is not my main source of income because I do several different things online. But the thing is, it was one of those ones that could, pay for the groceries for the month, or pay for the water bill, or pay for some type of utility bill every single month, right? Or even the car insurance, right? So there was something like, when it came to this, that was the thing with my Redbubble account, right? I just get designs up, upload them over there, but it wasn't my main focus. And when you see this type of stuff, you're trying to understand, okay, does it make sense? And by looking at all these fees and just breaking it all down, looking at it, it's starting not to make sense. It seems like they're taking the profit is more into the platform fees compared from the payout. Now, it's really nice because you upload a design and then it stays up there, right? Organically, in that long-term real estate starts to add up and starts to make sales, but they're still making profits off of your designs and with the platform fee, right? And return on top of them, making the profits when they print and ship the product to the customer. But now they're having that platform fee, but it's eating a lot of your profit. But the cool thing, I want to say that's the bad thing about it. But the cool thing is when you have the design up there and it consistently makes sales over and over and over time, over the years, that's the only benefit I see out of all of this. But like I said, the platform fees are, eating up a lot of that. Now, that's the bad part. Now, what can we get out of that? And what can we, as a person that's selling online, like, what is the next steps? Okay, what's the good out of this? Okay, so we'll go, let's break that down. Now, if you're in the Redbubble Pro, right, account fees are not applied here. right? That's the one thing. But if you're here, the premium or the standard, kind of, you got to be, they're definitely taking a good amount of your profits over here, which kind of sucks. So, but you can see the breakdown, the standard, premium, and pro. And everything I'm going to be sharing in this video so you can kind of follow along and look at, you know, if you want to look at anything here, I'll be sharing down below in the description. Now, let's go over here. What are Redbubble account fees? You're going to see right here, it's a breakdown. I just found this right now. So how your account fees calculate. So you see the standard. So averaging 50% of monthly earnings. So which is your half of your earnings. And then you're going to see premium. You're going to see right here, 20% of your monthly earnings, and pro you get 0%. Now there's also too an excessive markup fee. Okay. There's 50%. So 50% of earnings are marked up above 20%. And then same thing with the premium. And then the pro, there's 0%. So you kind of see there's like a platform fee and there's a markup fee. There are two different fees right here when you're looking at this. So it kind of like it doubles up in a way, and it gives a full breakdown on the whole idea of everything. And then this right here, there's a fee cap. So they will not exceed more than $150 per month with monthly fees, which is somewhat nice, but it's still, there's a good amount of the sales that are taking a hit from that fee. And one thing I wanted to touch on is the markup fee. So when you see this right here, it says the product markup above 20% at point of sale. So this fee is deducted only from the earnings on additional markup. There's no excessive market fee for products markup at or below 20%. So if I'm getting this correctly right here, here's the whole breakdown. So if you mark it up above 20%, for example, over here in the price, let me go ahead and go back right here. If I come over here to my product pricing, you're going to see I have pretty much everything marked up at 55%. There's some new products here that are at 10%. Makes me wonder, like, so I'm getting a markup fee on every single one, right? Now, if I bring this down to, let's say I bring them all down to 20%, I want to see how that will affect my profit margins, because I'm getting a markup fee for each and every single product, right? And you can see stickers are, you know, are a big one for me because I have them marked up to 200%, right? And they do consistently sell over here. And there's a lot of different unique items that sell over here for me. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test this out for the next couple of months and put it to 20%, because right now I feel like when the markups, you know, the markups that high, or maybe 19% just to be safe, I don't cross that borderline of that markup fee. I think the markups, I have them pretty high, but they sell consistently. But let me go ahead and just drop these for a few months and see how they do. So that's what I'm going to do. Go ahead and it's real simple to do, but just want to show you like how I have my pricing set up. And so if I do 20 and then I can just apply to all, I can do that. Or I can just put 19.99 just to be safe and then apply to all. Okay. And you see, I did that. Now you can see the margins now, right? For everything. I shouldn't be getting charged that markup fee now, right? Because I have everything at 19.99, and you can see my margin right here. This is the profit I make per sale. Okay. So the pricing's brought it a bit down. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and save new default markups. And then you can apply it to the existing work, and boom. Now, number one was to, you know, when it comes to this, you want to, you know, obviously audit your account, kind of see what you can do better. As far as if you're focusing strictly on Redbubble and the fees are messing with you, I would, you know, audit your account, see what you can do, see what you can do better, right? And then number two is understanding the price points and adjusting your pricing, make a decision that way. And then number three, I'm going to suggest that, you know, you leverage other platforms. Okay. So like Amazon Merch on Demand has made me thousands of dollars. When you come over here and you look at like a platform like this, it's like, okay, you think about it as you put a design on Redbubble, you put a design on Amazon, you put a design on, let's say, Etsy, you put a design on your own website, you put a design on Spreadshirt, TeePublic, you leverage all these different platforms. So what I'm saying is go to these different platforms, figure out what you can do, get your design seen more. So you're getting, for example, you're getting getting 100 views on Redbubble, you're getting 100 views on Amazon, you're getting 100 views on Spreadshirt, you're getting 100 views on Etsy, you're getting 100 views on your own website, you're getting 100 views over on TeePublic. So that all adds up. So that one design is getting more potential to obviously make sales on that platform. So Amazon Merch, Etsy, I called out a few right there that I wasn't going to put in the video, but I did anyway. So, and then obviously, if you come over here, Kindle Direct Publishing is a cool way too as well. If you want to try something like that, like a different business, that would be a really good idea. And then something I've been really focusing on lately too is one having a lot of fun with is the Amazon Influencer Program. That is a cool program right now. You get a product and you do a review on it, and then that video stays up on Amazon. It stays up there for a while, and then you make sales when people watch your video and make a purchase. So really, really cool way to generate another stream of income if you're unaware of that. And this one's doing pretty good and crushing for me for the last year, okay, and growing, right, which is really amazing. And that next one is to leverage AI to help you create more designs. You want more designs up, okay, and obviously understand what is selling as far as the research and what is doing good right now. So you're going to see like a lot of these prompts right here. I have a free download down below too as well, if you want to learn how to create prompts or generate prompts and how I do it. And I give you weekly prompt ideas every single week. So, and that's free. It's free download down below, but just going to give you an idea of, you know, like different designs that you can create with AI that are pretty cool. The one I'm using is Ideogram AI, and that's going to be down below in the description too. But look at this. Snacks make me nicer. Okay. Obviously you got to double check some of the stuff. There's 2 straws right there. That one's nicer, right? You can see the potential of, we're missing the legs on the computer chair, but you can see like the cool detail work here. Okay. There's a lot of cool stuff that can be done with AI, and you can generate a ton of different design ideas that are really cool. I'm just going through, you know, some of the research I do on this channel and share with everybody, and just going through everything that you can possibly do as far as creating designs with AI. And it's definitely doable if you understand how to put in prompts into these image generators like I'm sharing with you right now. So some really strong ones out there that you can create, really unique ones. And I've made hundreds of sales already by leveraging AI and doing good research and coming up with my own unique ideas. All right, next is going to be focus on evergreen designs. Stop chasing trends, because like, so for example, like holiday trends, unless you understand, you know, if you can balance both of them, but I'd rather you focus just on one thing, would be like evergreen designs that sell all year long. And this is going to help you with maintaining that level of profit every single month consistently, and making, you know, that designs making sales every other day or once a week, or, you know, for the whole year, right? And then leveraging that same concept and just keep applying it over and over. Then next thing you know, you have designs making sales every day. And next thing you know, you have 3 or 4 or 5 different designs making sales every single day. Kind of show you an idea of like some of these evergreen niches that I personally find, and then share of my kerfuffled Dachshund hound dog, the wiener dog. I shared it with you with the AI, right? And then the Dominican Republic girl, okay, funny gamer pizza. You're gonna see like these are pretty much like evergreen ideas, right? And I just wanted to give you an example and an idea, and like, let's come over here. These are examples of like designs that are doing really good on Amazon. Okay. And then you're taking those concepts and ideas, and then you're trying to come up with your own unique idea. Like you can see like this one's like there's a wiener dog, a raccoon, a frog, and a goose, right? And, you know, certain things like that. Here's a possum. All right, a possum right here. And you can see like the BSR is doing pretty good. When you see stuff like this and then different ideas and different angles, you can create these consistent selling designs. When you're looking at this BSR, anything like under 500K, that's a good sign right there, right? It's a consistent selling design. So that in return, it's more like an evergreen design. And now when it comes holiday or birthday season, or birthday or a gift giving idea, right? Or gift giving shirt, this right here is something that can make sales every week, right? And that's the main goal with that. So that's what I mean by evergreen design. And then obviously, and then you want to have a little bit more fun, you can chase trends. I don't want to say stay away from trends, because trends are fun, because if you get that one design that takes off and goes crazy, it definitely, you can see the potential, and it gives you an idea like, okay, this is the power of print on demand, and you can make a ton of money doing it. And with that being said, if you get value out of this video, make sure you smash that like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment down below. And if you want more weekly niche research, watch this video right here and let me know what you think about Redbubble and them charging, you know, the platform fees and then the excessive fees, the markup fees, right? Let me know what you think about that down below in the comments. It's crazy, right? So have a good day. Peace.